So when it comes to the TV license, not many people like it. Because you must admit, just like paying that every single month, the novelty really starts to wear off. But what if I was to tell you that there's almost 250,000 households that are paying the TV license twice? Because as you can see here from this Freedom of Information request from myself, I'm not going to read the whole thing out, but it's to the BBC and it says, please, and we do have the answer as well. I'm not just coming at you with the question. We've got the answer too. But I ask, please could you provide the data that you hold regarding the number of addresses with multiple TV licenses? And just for good measure as well, I asked for the previous 5 years broken down. And there are some numbers below this that we'll look at in a moment. But it says as at, I don't know if that's the right, as at 30, that don't really make much sense. No. So as at 31st of March, that might be correct, I'm not quite sure. Someone will have to let us know in the comments. It says 238,380 addresses were recorded on the TV licensing database as being issued with more than one license. And you imagine that. It's almost bad enough paying for it once. Paying for it twice? That is brutal. And like it says there, I mean, in all fairness, it does say for some places could be student accommodation, or it could be people, like switching property. But, I don't know, about almost 250,000. I think there's quite a lot of people where, if they have the double direct debit coming out, between you and me, do you reckon honestly, do you reckon the BBC's going to let them know? Like, oh, Mr. Davis, he's accidentally got 2 direct debits coming out. There's no way on earth the BBC's going to let them know. They're just going to keep that running. But if you don't have a direct debit set up, well, they just send you letters all over the place. And you can see here as well, it's not exactly like, there's an error on the system, and they're looking to fix it. Because we've got the numbers here for 2020, 261,000, 2021, 308,000, then 274 and 246,000. So I really don't know when they're going to try and fix this. In fact, let me just bring up the calculator here. So as of April, not as at April, as of April, it's going to be £174.50 every year. So we're going to times that, where are we? We're at the current figure of 238 and 380. So 238,380 households times £174.50 means that the BBC from multiple licenses, let's do this together. What do you reckon it is? Oh, they're not going to let us know, are they? You got that double direct debit? Maybe a triple. Whoa. Hang on a second here, fellas. Hang on a second here. So, I recorded this video, right? I had this. I'm about to tell you why it's about to get far worse. So I recorded this video before the school run, right? Had the kids upstairs still asleep, nice and early, about 6:30 in the morning, right? And it occurred to me, I don't like being wrong, but I was completely wrong on this one. And let me explain why. Because it says, as, like we covered, as at 31st of March, 238,380 addresses were recorded on the TV licensing database. That's addresses. So when I said 238,000 times the £174.50, that is just for license A. But license B, the second license that they have in the house, we're just going to times this number by 2. So it's over £83 million, at least as well. Because there might be some places with, 3 or 4. Or maybe they've got even more than that. But like it says there, 238,000 addresses. Not 238,000 licenses, but just addresses. So like I said, I don't like being wrong. But something that I hate even more than that is the idea that the BBC is scamming over £83 million off the British public. And even worse than that is for paying for the TV licence twice. It was terrible value the first time. But over 300 quid? Nah, that's too far gone. But we'll get back to the main video now. And I gotta tell you, this is gonna make me late for work. But I had to do it in between the school run and work. I thought, you got 5 minutes. I felt I kind of had to update the video. After all, it's always best to be accurate. I might ask them what the most is. Oh no, they won't give you the address. I was thinking we could ask what the most is. And let's say it's, they say, oh, it's got 15 licenses. And then we have a look on Street View. and it's like a 2-bed property. I'd love for that to happen, but they're not going to give us the address. But almost £42 million. And this is an exclusive, by the way. This is my freedom of information request. You know, a lot of people out there, they'll just take the top level of GB News. You know, they'll just look at the front page of the Daily Mail, and they'll say, oh, yeah, I'll do one about that. Nah. You got to go out there in the in the trenches. Oh, the audacity. In the trenches. Because he did a freedom of information request. Oh, they take like 2 minutes, but it still counts. I'd consider that the trenches. But at least I'm not scamming people out of almost 42 million quid, though. You know, you can say that. Unbelievable. And if you enjoyed this daily Clown World video, with information, I guarantee you, this is brand new information that we've never seen before. And if you like that, brand new information, never seen it before, if that's something that you're looking for on YouTube, then I would highly recommend to subscribe to this channel, because you wouldn't believe what I've got for tomorrow.
This country has gone crazy.